Welcome to Medical Terminology. Remember that the purpose of this course is to help you identify medical terms and be able to define them without having to look in the dictionary. Now, as a new student to this course, you may look at some of the words and think, wow, those are really, I'm never going to be able to spell those. I don't know what they mean. I can't pronounce them. But that's what we're going to do in this course, is learn some skills in how to do that. And remember, approximately 75% of all medical terms are based off of two separate languages, Greek and Latin. So if you remember those things, that will help you later in your pronunciation and your defining the words. A lot of the terms, and I'm just going to flip through these, it can be mispronounced or misdefined. You can see some of the definitions that here. Artery doesn't have anything to do with art and fine paintings. Barium, what you do in CPR fails. Okay, barium is actually an element, and barium is a drink that you take when you go in for a CAT scan. Benign being after 9, this one kills me. Coma, it's actually not a punctuation mark. So these are just some things that people think are actually correct, but they are not correct. Urine, the opposite of in, opposite of out, urine. Just some funnies. Okay, but we are going to go through 16 chapters in this book. And here they are. The basic elements of medical words, suffixes, prefixes, body structures, integumentary system, digestive system, respiratory system, cardiovascular system, blood, lymph, and immune systems, the musculoskeletal system, the urinary system, female reproductive system, male reproductive system, and the endocrine system. 2 more. The nervous system and special senses, such as the eyes and the ears. So by the time you're done with this course, you'll be able to recognize words from all of those systems. So, through all that, you're probably thinking, oh, I have a lot of information to learn, and the answer is yes, but we are going to do a lot of review with this stuff, so by the time that you are actually expected to be quizzed on this stuff, you're going to have it down. Okay, so let's start with Chapter 1, the basic elements of medical words. Okay, so when you have a word that you don't know what it means, usually we go grab a dictionary, or you get on your computer and you pull the dictionary up and you figure out what the word is. We can do the same thing because we have a special medical dictionary called the Taber's Medical Dictionary, and we will look at that in class so that we will always have that as a backup if we're having difficulty with a word. Okay, remember that when we have a medical term, that there are 3 basic parts. We have the word root. I always say the root word, but the word root, then there's a suffix which goes at the end and a prefix which goes at the beginning. Okay, the word roots, once again, are usually from Greek and Latin. They usually will indicate a body part, and sometimes you can have medical terms that have more than one root word. And here's just some examples. Cardi is heart. Gastro, like gastrointestinal, would be stomach and your intestine. Osteo is your bone. And we'll get into those as we get into the specific chapters. There is also what they have a combining form, where you take that word root and then you add a vowel to it, usually an O, but sometimes you can have an I or an E. That combining form allows you to put the suffix or the suffix on the end, and sometimes you will put 2 or more word roots together, and you will need those vowels to do that. Okay. Here's an example, or some examples. So you have cardi, and then you add an O, so cardio means heart. Gastro, add the O, is stomach. Hepat or hepato is liver. Nephro, or add the O, nephro is kidney. Oste, add the O, osteo is bone. Okay, suffixes, as you know from your English classes, are the endings of words. Suffixes usually indicate a procedure, a condition, a disease. Okay, usually, once again, from Greek and Latin. Here are some examples. So the puncture, centesis, would be the suffix. The tomi here would be the suffix. So arthrocentesis, so you can see arth is the word root, o is, there's your combining form with your vowel, and centesis would be the suffix. So arthrocentesis means puncture of a joint. Okay. Prefixes, pre means before, so it's the part of the word that's at the beginning. Usually changes the meaning of the word, can indicate number, time, position, direction, color, and here are some examples. So a usually means without. So mast means breast, ia is condition. So amastia. So you can see that it means without a breast condition. If you left the a off, it would be breast condition, but it turns it into the opposite with an a. Hyperthermia, you've probably heard of that one. Excessive heat condition. Okay. Intramuscular, so inside or relating to inside the muscle. There are some examples of prefixes. Okay, so when you are trying to put these words together, okay, with the word root and the suffix and the prefix, here are some rules. Okay, you have the word root. It is used before the suffix that begins with a vowel. Okay, and the second rule, put your combining form. Combining form is used to link the word root to a suffix that begins with a consonant and to link word roots to another word root. So when you have that combining form, usually with the O, you can add the suffix or you can add another word root. So here we have colon, O, so, oops, this is spelled wrong. Colon, O, there is your combining form, plus your suffix, so colonoscope, or you can have oscopy, colonoscopy, okay, osteochondritis, okay, so you have a word root, you have the combining form, you have a second word root, and then you have the suffix, itis, osteochondritis, okay. Okay, so when you look at a medical term and you want to define it, you need to, number one, start at the end. So you start with the suffix, figure out its meaning, then you look at the prefix, and then you look at the middle. It's kind of backwards of the way you would think of it, but start at the end, go to the beginning, and then do the middle. So let's do a couple of these. Gastritis, so what do you think this is? Osteoarthritis and polyneuritis. Okay, so see if you can write down their definitions and we'll go through them here. Okay, gastro is stomach, itis is inflammation, so it's the inflammation of the stomach. Osteoarthritis, remember itis is inflammation of the bone and the joint. Okay, itis again is inflammation. Poly means many, ner means nerve, so inflammation of many nerves. Okay, this is the end of chapter 1. We will continue practicing with these. Just keep getting your work done.